Here is a video of an update of my experience with the Dyson Airwrap. You may have seen a video that I posted almost a year ago now. It was actually last April, and I posted that I'd bought a refurbished Dyson Airwrap. So I bought the refurbished Dyson Airwrap for pretty much, I think it was half the price of what they retail for. The reason why I decided to buy it refurbished is that I didn't really know whether it was going to be worth it. I'd heard so many things online about the Dyson Airwrap maybe not having the best results, or you're spending so much money and you're basically having to use a ton of products, so you're having to spend even more money, and I just didn't really know what to expect from it. So I really was reluctant to pay full price for it. So I decided to buy it refurbished. And I thought I'd make this video to tell you a year on my thoughts on it, whether it was worth it, whether I love it or not. So I'm going to get started by saying that I have been on a journey with the Dyson Airwrap. I started off absolutely loving it, but then I kind of fell into the dark hole of my waves or curls falling out pretty much moments after I styled my hair, and I wasn't sure what I was doing wrong. So I changed my shampoos, I bought loads of different products, and I still was having the same problem. The thing that changed for me is that rather than using this barrel, which it comes in a thicker one too, rather than using these, I was actually using this for a while, and I was getting a very smooth blowout look with a little bit of a curl at the end. But I just kind of felt like I've spent this money, even though I bought it refurbished, I spent this money on the Dyson Airwrap. I need to learn how to use this. It must work, otherwise you wouldn't have 10 millions and billions of people saying how good it is for their hair. Hi. So, freshly washed hair. What I used to wash my hair, just literally so simple, I just used the Fable & Mane Holy Root shampoo. This is the hydrating one, and then I followed up with some conditioner. If I'm feeling super fancy, sometimes I might use the Fable & Mane hair mask, but today I just didn't have time to keep that in for 30 minutes. First things first, I'm going to get a wide tooth comb like this. This is the Dyson one. We got it with the hairdryer we ordered like a few years ago. So I'm just going to take all the knots out. Does anyone else find that their hair goes through like seasons? Because mine definitely does. So the knots are out. I just need to do my parting. I've got a mirror just over here, so if I'm not looking at the camera, that's where I'm looking. So the problem with my hair is that whenever I try and do a middle parting, it never actually sits in the middle. Like, I don't know if you can see, well, you can't really tell, but like on this side of my hair, it's like there's a bit more of like volume almost, and here this side is a lot more flat. So basically, I'm just going to try my best. Whenever I use the Dyson Airwrap on my hair, I use two products and two products only. So the first one is this Davines Oil all-in-one milk. So this, I was told, is a heat protectant for your hair, but it also helps with shine. It's like oil-based as well. And yeah, I picked this up from my hairdresser. I'd never heard of this brand before. It's Davines. I'd never heard of it, but my hairdresser recommended it to me, and he actually used the products in my hair. So what I do, instead of spraying it just on my hair, I just spray it on my hands and then distribute it through my hair. When you spray it, you might miss bits, and I just don't want any heat damage. I've worked so hard to get my hair to a nice condition. Okay, so this is kind of the consistency. So yeah, I just distribute it through my hair, not forgetting the little fringe as well, because I'm going to be putting some heat on that. So I put that on one side, making sure I get the ends, and then I just do the other side. I do about maybe 3 pumps. Okay, and that's literally all the products that I use so far. Now I need to go in with the Airwrap. So the first thing that I do is my fringe. Just need to clip everything back. So this, I use the round brush. I use the highest setting, the highest fan setting, and the highest heat setting. And whilst it's still hot, I then go in with a roller, just secure that in place. I'm going to do like a rough dry of my hair because it's quite wet right now. If I go in with the Airwrap now, it's just going to get frizzy. So I'm going to change to this and I'm just going to dry my hair. I'm going to mainly focus on the roots because that's where my frizz usually is. It's always by the roots, and if I get any frizz even after I've dried, I'm just going to smoothen it out with this, the highest band setting and the highest heat setting. Whew, that is hot. Okay, so it's about, I'd say, 80% dry right now. Frizz, it's not too bad to be honest. There's always just one side that gets a bit more frizzier than the other, and it tends to be this side. I don't know why. But my hair's just, I think everyone's hair just has a kind of personality. My hairdresser actually mentioned something really interesting to me. He said that he thinks that my hair is naturally quite curly. And I was so shocked to hear this because no one's ever told me that. I've always had like wavy, not even wavy, like quite a straight style, straight and bushy, if that makes sense. But he said that he can actually see curls forming. And now when I'm looking, I know I've like kind of blow dried it now, but I think he might be right. I don't think it's like ringlet curls, but I do think I might have curly hair, which is something to think about. He told me to get a curl cream by this same brand that I used of the heat protectant. I've lost it now. Oh, there it is. This one. Same brand, Davines, a curl cream. He said try it and then just use a diffuser and blow dry it up and then see what happens. But yeah, just something to think about. You never know. Hair type changes. I also find that your hair type changes as you get older because my hair is very different now. We're going to embrace it. Right, I'm just going to smooth out any frizz that I can see, and then we're going to go in with the actual curling. Okay, so I think I've got rid of most of the frizz, but I have frizzy hair, so it's just the way it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I need to separate my hair into two sections. And now, in terms of the barrel, I'm going to use the slightly thinner one. I just feel that this gives a little bit more of a curl rather than a wave. I do use the other one as well though, but yeah, today I'm going to use this one. One thing I haven't really nailed and understood is this thing here, the twisting. I know some of you gave me advice on my other video of how to use it, but I just don't know how to use it. I just don't really understand, so I'm just going to use it the way that I usually do. For any tips for that, let me know. Okay, just going to separate my hair. The smaller the sections, the tighter the curl. But remember, one thing that I've also discovered is that the Airwrap isn't a curler, it's a blowout. So you're not going to get like ringlet curls like you would with an actual curling wand. So I just feel like it's just a bit more defined, but let's see. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so I'm going to take sections, probably about an inch or so. Do you see that? That kind of like this much. And we're going to use the highest fan setting, the highest heat setting, and we're going to hold it for about 10 seconds, and then we're going to do the cool shot, and then we're going to let it go and pop it behind me. This is what we've got. So I'll pop it behind me and I'm going to do the rest of this side in exactly the same way. So I've done that section. So far it's looking It's looking good, it's looking good. So I'm just gonna carry on with this entire side. Okay, so we have done one side. Quite happy with that, to be honest. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next side. So same thing applies here. We're just going to partition the hair and then we are going to do what we did on the other side. I always find one side just harder to do, and this is the harder side. I don't know why. Does anyone else find that? I usually just start with the hair underneath. Okay, this little section done. I'm gonna put it with the rest of the hair. So another thing that I sometimes do is I kind of twist it and put it all into like a little bun. Sometimes I do that because I just find it just helps hold the wave curl a little bit more. Okay, we are, I think, done. Now what I do is I'll just have a look and just see if there's any bits that I feel haven't really curled that much or the air wrap hasn't caught. It's usually the frizz. So let's take this little bit out of the little makeshift bun I made. Okay. So this is what we're working with. I'll show you. This is how it looks, just freshly done. But as we know, the Dyson Airwrap, it will fall. What are we going to do to make sure it doesn't fall? And that is where my hairdresser gave me this. I say he gave it to me. He recommended it and then I bought it. So it's Davines again. Same brand as that heat protectant I used, but it's a medium hold hairspray. And if you watched my first video, you will know that I don't like hairspray. I never have liked hairspray and it's just not for me. But that is because hairspray, I always found, made my hair super crunchy. Like when you put it on, it would be like hard and it would be like just this kind of gross feeling that I never liked. But this one, I'm telling you, you can still run your fingers through it and it just doesn't feel like you've got anything in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this fringe out of the roller and I'm going to spray my hair with hairspray. We're going to have probably quite a bit of volume, but I'm okay with that because I know it's going to drop. I'm actually obsessed. If it could stay like this the entire day, I would be so happy, but it's not going to do that. So we'll work with what we've got. So if you can see, I do have like, oh, what's that? Like a little kink. It's okay, it's okay. It doesn't bother me too much. I have a tiny bit of frizz. If I'm being honest, it's fine. It's like, I did this at home, right? I didn't go to a salon. If I went to a salon and I came back and it was a bit frizzy, I'd be a bit annoyed. But I did this, so it's okay. I'm not a professional. And then from a distance, not too much. That is literally it. So I'm just going to leave it just for some time being just a few minutes, and then just for it to like dry because it's a bit wet. I quite like it. Came out nice today. This tends to stay for the day. It will stay for the day. This will drop for sure. This will drop, but I think it's because I haven't like put hairspray like up here. I don't want like the hairspray to touch like my scalp because I don't want like a build up of product. This will drop, but the actual kind of waves will stay. It will stay. So usually I would comb it out. Yeah, I would comb it out, but I think I'm going to leave it today because I actually quite like it. My hair, because when I cut my hair, I've cut it actually quite short. It used to actually be down here, so I got a good like 4 inches off. And I felt like the last couple of times I've used the Dyson Airwrap on my hair in this way, my hair's looked quite short. It's probably gone to around here, which is why I've combed it out, just to give it a little bit of like a longer hair look. But today, I don't mind actually. It's down my back. I think I'm okay to not comb it out because this will fall a little bit anyway. So I think it's really important to find the products that work for you. Speak to someone who knows hair, like a hairdresser who knows your hair. I think that's really important because they will know what's good for your hair and what might help. So these products that I'm using, I swear by them for myself though. It might be worth trying for you, or if there's any products that you found that work on your hair, that's the best thing. In terms of it being refurbished, I've literally had no issues with this. It's been pretty much a year, maybe just under, and I've used it probably once a week. My husband uses it as well, the brush one, to actually dry his hair because it just saves him some time. And we've had no issues with it whatsoever. It's been working. So I suppose that probably means that whether you buy it brand new or you buy it refurbished, I really just don't think it matters. The point is that you're saving money and you're getting the same product. And saying that, I've actually bought a lot of products refurbished now. They're not in particularly Dyson, but I bought my iPad refurbished, I bought my Apple Pencil refurbished, also bought a phone refurbished. It just shows you don't need to spend loads and loads of money getting something brand new. Anyway, I hope that you found this video helpful and I hope you enjoyed this update, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!